Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to the NFL landscape lately, especially around the NFC South, you know that things are heating up. The Atlanta Falcons are no longer just sitting back and waiting. They're actively reshaping their roster, making strategic moves to position themselves as real contenders in the upcoming seasons. And one of the most intriguing developments, the move that's got everyone talking, is the Falcons' recent trade for Cleveland Browns tight end David Njoku. Yes, you heard right. The Falcons, who have been trying to find that perfect complement to their offense, are now looking at Njoku as a prime piece to elevate their offensive game. But why is this such a big deal? Well, for starters, it signals a shift in how the Falcons are approaching their roster building. They're not just looking for a stopgap or a veteran presence, they're targeting a young, talented player with a high ceiling. And Njoku fits that description perfectly. Let's put this into perspective. The Falcons, after their recent struggles at the tight end position, have been searching for consistency and explosiveness. Kyle Pitts, drafted 4th overall, was supposed to be that generational talent, the tight end who would redefine the position. But unfortunately, things haven't panned out as planned. Despite being the highest drafted tight end of all time, Pitts has yet to fully realize his potential. His production has been underwhelming, especially considering the expectations that came with his selection. Since his rookie year, Pitts has not surpassed 55 catches or 700 yards in a single season. That's a stark reality for a player drafted so high, and it's clear that the Falcons need to explore other options. The truth is, Pitts just hasn't shown the consistent development needed to be the go-to guy in this offense. And with the team's current quarterback situation, especially with Michael Penix Jr. emerging as a promising signal caller, the Falcons want to maximize their offensive weapons. Penix's progression from last season, his ability to extend plays and make accurate throws, gives the team a real shot at making noise in the playoffs. But to do that, they need reliable targets, and Njoku offers exactly that. He's a versatile tight end, capable of both blocking and catching, and he's got the size and athleticism to be a real mismatch for defenses. Now, let's talk about why this move makes sense for the Browns as well. Cleveland, as many know, has been going through a bit of a transition. Their organization is in a bit of a mess right now, and it looks like they're not quite ready to compete at the highest level just yet. The Browns recently invested a third-round pick in Harold Fannin Jr., a promising young player who's shown a lot of potential. Fannin, a 20-year-old rookie, has caught the attention of scouts due to his impressive route running, underrated run-blocking ability, and YAC yards after catch skills. It's no secret that Cleveland has invested heavily in draft capital and is trying to rebuild from the ground up. So from their perspective, trading Njoku now, while his value is high, makes perfect sense. He's set to be a free agent in 2026, and the Browns might see this as an opportunity to get some value before they potentially lose him for nothing. Plus, with Fannin's emergence, Cleveland might not see Njoku as an essential piece for their future plans. They're looking to build around their young talent, and it wouldn't be surprising if they want to give Fannin more opportunities to develop into a star. But what does this mean for the Falcons? Well, it's a game changer. Njoku adds a different dimension to their offense. He's a matchup nightmare for defenses, thanks to his athleticism and ability to line up in various positions. His skill set complements the Falcons' core players like Bijan Robinson, Drake London, and Darnell Mooney. With Njoku on the roster, the Falcons can diversify their offensive schemes, creating mismatches and opening up more opportunities for Penix to thrive. And let's not forget about the long-term implications. The Falcons are clearly trying to set themselves up for sustained success. Moving on from Pitts, who has not lived up to his high draft status, and bringing in Njoku, who is still in his prime at 28, shows a clear focus on winning now but also planning for the future. It's a smart move that balances the present with the potential for growth. Now, I know some fans might be wondering about the impact on Pitts. Will he be phased out? Will the Falcons keep him as a backup or trade him later? The reality is, Pitt's role might be diminishing, especially if Njoku becomes a key part of the offense. But that's not necessarily a negative, it's about maximizing talent and putting players in positions where they can succeed. For Pitts, a fresh start elsewhere could be the kickstart his career needs. But for Atlanta, Njoku offers a more immediate boost to their offensive chemistry. Looking ahead, the Falcons have a lot to be excited about. Their defense has shown promise, and with a more explosive offense, they could be a dark horse in the NFC. The NFC South is still very competitive, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and New Orleans Saints always lurking, but Atlanta's recent moves demonstrate they're not content to just watch from the sidelines. They want to be in the mix, competing for divisional titles and playoff success. This trade also signals a broader trend in the NFL. Teams are valuing younger, high-upside players more than ever. The Browns clearly see Fannin as a potential future star, and the Falcons are betting on Njoku's proven track record to help them push deeper into the postseason. It's a chess match, and right now, Atlanta is making bold, strategic moves to put themselves ahead of the game. Now, let's take a moment to analyze what this means for the division. The NFC South has always been a bit unpredictable, with teams rising and falling quickly. But with the Falcons making these aggressive moves, they're sending a message to their rivals. They're not just looking to compete, they're aiming to dominate. If Penix continues to develop and Njoku integrates seamlessly into the offense, Atlanta could be a team that no one wants to face come playoff time. And honestly, for the Falcons, building around a young quarterback like Penix, who's shown flashes of brilliance, is the key to long-term success. With a weapon like Njoku, who can stretch defenses and create mismatches, the offense becomes more dynamic and difficult to defend. That's exactly the kind of boost that can elevate a team from good to great. In conclusion, this trade for David Njoku is much more than just a roster move. It's a statement of intent. The Falcons are serious about contending, about making a real push in the NFC, and they're willing to make bold decisions to get there. It shows that they're not just settling for mediocrity, but aiming for the top. The NFL season is always full of surprises, and with this move, the Falcons have added a new chapter to their ongoing story of growth and ambition. Fans should be excited because this is exactly the kind of move that can turn a promising team into a true playoff contender, maybe even a Super Bowl favorite in the near future. So, Falcons fans, keep an eye on this evolving storyline. The season is just around the corner, and with Njoku now part of the team, the possibilities are endless. The NFC South is about to get even more competitive, and Atlanta is positioning itself right at the forefront. This is the kind of strategic move that can define a franchise for years to come. Make sure to stay tuned because the best is yet to come, and I'll be here with all the updates, analysis, and insider info you need to stay ahead of the game. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this move? Do you think Njoku is the missing piece that the Falcons need to finally take that leap into true contender status? Or do you believe they should have focused on other positions? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with even more updates, breaking down what this means for the upcoming season, the division, and the NFL as a whole. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, thank you for being part of this journey with us.